Thank you for those thoughts. Very nice. I think we all own a little piece of Greg in his heart. It was 22 years ago that I was Greg's bishop here in this building. And so we shared that also with Greg and Betty and the family. Well, I'm honored to have been asked by Betty to say a few words about Greg in a particular area that will become apparent to you. Greg Gillespie was a man of passionate beliefs, in case you didn't know that. I, as mayor, have been asked to say a few words about that part of Greg's passions having to do with civic, community, and even sometimes very political issues. To know Greg was to understand that this was a man who wholeheartedly and unashamedly took positions on issues. In other words, it might be a surprise to some of you, but Greg had some opinions.
Amen.
Having been myself on both sides of those opinions, and the recipient of both his ire and his love at different times, I may be uniquely qualified to share, as I thought back, 3 principles about Greg that I know and believe that Greg espoused, and from which all of us could benefit in our lives. I'd go so far as to say that were he speaking here today, these 3 principles would receive his eager endorsement. So here we go. Principle number 1 that I know about Greg Gillespie, and that is that one cannot work too hard or devote oneself too much to a cause for which there is a right and wrong. When Greg saw right from wrong, regardless of the issue, you could count on the fact that his efforts would be tireless. Some examples of these efforts are manifest all over our city today, such as our military banners that hang proudly on our light poles, a multitude of different veteran-related services and activities, a strong CERT program. You know what CERT is, everybody? Okay, I won't go into it then. But he was very responsible to help get that program as strong as it is today. As we've seen, the Boy Scouts of America, which is near and dear to my heart. And I see a lot of red out there today, wearing red shirts all over our city and many other cities throughout Orange County to honor our veterans. An active military every Friday. Principle number 2, a correct cause, principle, or issue trumps any personal bias, relationship, or motive. That's what I learned about Greg. As I've stated, I've been on both sides of issues with Greg. When Greg came to the podium at city council meetings to forward a cause, defend a position, or to scold, or to praise the city council for our actions, we knew one thing, that he would be fair, eloquent, and morally and ethically based. As such, Greg Gillespie was persuasive, passionate, and respected when he spoke. Most of the time, he spoke directly from his heart, with no prepared script. Greg's personal relationships always came second to that which he fought for, in my experience. I simply cannot imagine Greg Gillespie compromising his position because he either liked or disliked individuals, or those he might have felt coddled to him. He was an equal opportunity advocate, and those are the most powerful. Principle number 3 about Greg. Though many important issues encircle us in life, one's greatest efforts can be focused onto one overarching cause. I really found myself wondering what Greg thought about any city issues, because I've stated Greg was by nature a statesman, perhaps a modern-day Patrick Henry, eager to share his thoughts and desirous to persuade. But I believe that at the core of every one of Greg's beliefs was his patriotism. And no matter the issue, this fundamental patriotism was the catalyst for his very being. His overarching cause was honoring those who have and continue to protect our freedom. That was his greatest and most singular goal. And his devotion in this regard influenced everything about him. Now, whether this devotion was born during his own personal service, or whether he was just born that way as a patriot, I guess I'll never know. But where advocacy for honoring the military is concerned, Greg was unsurpassed. He was the individual you wanted in your foxhole. So these three aspects of Greg Gillespie, the defense of right over wrong, promoting principle over personal, and the dedication to one overarching cause in one's life, have a great message and challenge to all of us. I will always treasure my relationship with Greg and Betty, especially for the passionate way they live their lives. Passionately. Greg, you earned our respect, and we love and miss you. And finally, if you'll permit me to go off topic for just a minute and be a little personal, I'd like to end with a poem that, as I read the words, I thought about Greg. As I read the words, close your eyes for a minute and hear Greg's voice, not mine, and see if you don't think this is what he'd say. A limb has fallen from the family tree. I keep hearing a voice that says, grieve not for me. Remember the best times, the laughter, the song, the good life I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage, I'm counting on you. Keep smiling, and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease, my soul is at rest. Remembering all, how I was truly blessed. Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life, don't worry about falls. I miss you all dearly, so keep up your chin. Until the day comes, we're together again. Thank you.